Welcome to the American Valor podcast. At the Bob Feller Act of Valor Foundation, we strive to educate, support, and recognize by instilling the timeless values of service, sacrifice, citizenship, and legacy. And today we are speaking with Adam Plambeck, Master Sergeant, Marine Corps, a U.S. Marine, and the 2017 Jerry Coleman Award recipient. Adam, it is so good to have you on the show today.
Hey, good morning, Enrique. First off, I was gonna say thank you very much. I appreciate this opportunity. I'm gonna give you 110%. I love the platform. I love that you're giving a voice not only to the Bob Feller Foundation and the Jerry Coleman Award, but also to all veterans too. It is amazing of all branches and veterans. Absolutely love what you do, man. Please keep hammering and keep it up.
No, thanks, Adam, brother. I appreciate you taking this time to talk with us today. And I had mentioned previously the four pillars of the Bob Feller Act of Valor Foundation. And so, starting with a little bit about you, give us a little bit about your background before we start with the pillar of service.
Okay, sir. I'm coming up on 20 years of active service next month. I come from very humble beginnings. I enlisted in the Marine Corps to be completely transparent with you, was to get out of a bad environment. Um, I, I know that I wanted to do more for my life. I know that I wanted more. I know that I wanted my own family one day. And I knew that I needed some resources and a good foundation to be able to do that. And once I enlisted, my uncle, who I was living with at the time, me and my mom were living with him. He was currently active duty. He's a retired Marine now. So he planted that seed in my head about the military and serving my country. And so immediately after high school, I raised my right hand, stepped in, and never looked back, pretty much, sir. Um, I've served in many facets in the military. I've been deployed 3 times, 2 times to Fallujah, Iraq, one time to Afghanistan. I was a drill instructor in San Diego, and I was also a formal school instructor as well. So I was able to teach entry-level Marines their job and have an impact on them before they entered the Fleet Marine Corps. And right now, I'm currently stationed in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, at a reserve station. I've been here for about 2 months, and I've kept my head on a swivel. I'm looking for volunteer opportunities and coaching opportunities while I'm here. And I have a beautiful family. I'm married to my wife, Kara. She's a military brat. My father-in-law is a retired Marine as well. And I have 2 beautiful children, my son Maddox and my daughter Tinley.
Outstanding. Well, brother, I thank you for your service and love the heritage that you guys have going between yourself and your wife. It's so good to see that
Yes,
it's a
sir.
family affair service, right? And talking about service, let's talk about one of those pillars. Now, winning the Jerry Coleman Award highlights your commitment to service, mirroring Jerry Coleman's own dedication to his country. Can you share a particular moment or initiative where you felt your service made a significant impact? And how was being recognized for this award influence your approach to giving back?
Yes, sir. So being recognized for the award was extremely humbling. If anybody knows anything about Jerry Coleman, he's top tier. He literally dropped his glove bat to go and support this nation not only once but twice. And when he did it in a fashion that is unremarkable. Like it is. I mean, he's got air medals. I think 12 or 13 air medals during his time. He's got the Distinguished Flying Cross multiple times as well. So he's got statues and buildings named after this gentleman. So his impact is extremely large. I personally just try and do what I can where I'm at. I've, as far as my service, I felt an impact when I deployed to combat zones. When I was in Fallujah, Iraq, I was attached to 2nd TOW Platoon. I did back-to-back deployments with them when I was in Afghanistan, and just just having that intrinsic feeling, knowing that you're serving your country to the utmost, right? Like you're going to war and you're serving your country was big for me. When I was a drill instructor was another time to be able to have my hands in the process of changing a civilian to a United States Marine in 13 weeks, and doing that for 3 years was awesome, and still one of the most rewarding things I've done in my service. And I've been blessed to see it come full circle. The recruits I trained are staff NCOs in the Marine Corps now, officers. Even I've got a couple of them even went back and they're drill instructors now. So it's just amazing to see. And then well, as a formal school instructor, just still having impressionable entry level Marines, looking at you and like you pretty much being an example, and wanting to know more and what to expect in the fleet and what the Marine Corps is all about, and as far as my volunteer service, many facets from coaching youth sports, coaching wrestling, and then I've also volunteered at the USO for several years. So me serving service members again, but I'm out of uniform this time. So I'm just getting to know people, and just trying to help out when the opportunity presents itself. And just being genuine and having that integrity of really nothing looking for anything in return. Just being a genuine human being and pretty much loving people like they're my own family and or neighbors, sir.
Outstanding. Now, service is the front load of service member, right? So it's
Yes,
intrinsic,
sir.
it's part of our DNA to serve and continue to serve. And I love how you mentioned that you not only are serving those that are in, but you're also serving those that are out. And that's the beauty of what the military tends to do with us, right? As singular minded people, we come to and step on those footprints. But and then after that, it's all team, right? It's all team,
Yes, sir.
and that continues through out our service. Now, you mentioned something very important when you refer to Jerry Coleman. He dropped the glove, right? And that
Sure.
must have been a huge sacrifice to have such a great career ahead of you. And you say, you know what, career to the side, I have to serve my country. So it was a huge sacrifice. So, speaking about sacrifice, Jerry Coleman's legacy is intertwined with the sacrifices he made for his country. So, in what ways do you feel your experiences parallel Coleman's sacrifice, although it's a different level of
Right. Yeah.
sacrifice, right?
Yeah. It's a
But
different parallel.
right, but and how has sacrifice shaped your perspective on leadership and resilience?
What a great question, Enrique. Like when you were like sacrifices isn't something like a word you should just toss around, you know what I mean? But it's weird how the universe is kind of designed, because um, sacrifice is kind of like the key ingredient to anything good, to like any type of success. Like you always have to give something up to get something else, right? Whether it be time, whether it be what you really want, and you just kind of put yourself out there, and just like you said, on the platform that Jerry Coleman was on, is a major league player. Like he gave up so much, and then you look at other precedences like that, like Pat Tillman, and just other people as well, like it really puts in it's a paradigm shift, to be honest with you. It really makes you think about like what's really important, in my opinion. I will never be able to be on the parallel of Jerry Coleman, but I think sacrifice is the key ingredient, and I think sometimes being in the military, we're all mission centered individuals, and we're always go go go. But I wouldn't been able to help anybody as much as I have if it wasn't for the sacrifice of my family. My wife and me being away from my kids. Like I said, I came from humble beginnings. I don't know my father. My mom raised me, so me being an integral part is a father and a husband is like my center of gravity. It's kind of like my main purpose in life. And when I'm not around my kids or family, that's a sacrifice I make, but that's also a sacrifice they make. And just to help other people and or bigger causes, sir. So yeah. I don't know if I kind of went off track on that or not, but yeah, sacrifice is huge. It's definitely something we should not take for granted when people sacrifice stuff for us or when we do it for other people as well, sir.
Well, no, you mentioned the family, the military family. For those that are listening or viewing, go through a sacrifice that none of us, even in service, understand.
Yes, sir.
Right? Because we get the marching orders, we land on station, we're in ground, and we're on site doing our job, and we leave everything else behind. And so that sacrifice, I'm glad you brought it up, uh, in tandem with the types of sacrifice that we all make. Right? Jerry made a sacrifice. You made a sacrifice. Your family made a sacrifice. So those sacrifices are particular to the person,
Yes,
but
sir.
may carry about the same weight, right? Because it's
Oh yeah,
dependent
absolutely.
on the person making that sacrifice. But thank you for sharing that and highlighting also the sacrifice that the family makes for our service. Now, you mentioned
Yes,
the legacy, rather, parallel. Jerry Coleman obviously has a standard that
yeah, he's up there.
seems way up there for us, right? And I'm sure that has led to some of the things that you mentioned, which are the statues and the schools and the
Yes,
parks.
sir.
And there's a lot that has come about what he did in terms of legacy. So let's talk a little bit about that. The Jerry Coleman Award honors individuals who embody that value, his values. As a recipient, how do you hope your legacy aligns with Coleman's legacy of service, integrity, and patriotism? And what steps are you taking to ensure your impact endures for future generations?
Again, Rick, another great question. To be honest with you, I think it just comes down to being genuine, sir. Just being pure in all my actions. And then even when I'm off, like just still kind of realign and make sure I'm doing the best that I can with what I have and where I'm at. Kind of goes back in that paradigm shift, like just kind of like if not me then who, if not now then when, like if I see something that needs to be done or there's an opportunity where I can help, just do it. And then honestly, hopefully other people see it, and then hopefully other people see it and it kind of motivates them and then help them do it. I mean, there's no other really greater vocation than helping the neighbor. Just doing the best with what you can where you're at. And I mean, as far as my legacy, I just hope that when I am gone, people that knew me can say that I was a genuine gentleman and I always put people above myself and um, never really looked for anything in return. So um, that's
Very, yeah,
that's
very,
big when you talk. about legacy, you know.
Yeah,
So,
very noble endeavor to be remembered in that way. Now, a lot of people don't put that much weight on being genuine. We ask for authenticity,
yes, sir.
but we
Good word.
forget
Good word. Yep.
we forget that you got to be genuine to be authentic, right? So,
Yes, sir.
great point there, and I'm sure that the way that you are modeling your service, not only actively but in the community with your family, you already have a legacy of service intertwined with your family and those around you. So I'm sure that it will be looked upon fondly for all that you are doing and continue to do. So thank you for that. Now that
Yes, sir. Thank
type
you.
of that type of genuine outlook at service are signs of great citizenship, right? And we're always looking for good citizens to help our nation move forward. Now, Jerry Coleman was a proud citizen who believed in using his platform for positive change. How do you see your role as a citizen in today's society, and what initiatives or causes are you passionate about promoting to inspire others to be active citizens and community leaders?
Okay, yes, sir. Before I just moved up here, I was very active in coaching wrestling. I had some amazing families. I don't know if you know anything about the wrestling community, but it is phenomenal. It's got great parents, great families, some of the hardest working kids. And that was just kind of like my own little like main thing, just giving back to kids, getting them into sports. I'm a huge sports advocate because I think it transcends into work ethic, resilience, character, grit, camaraderie, teamwork. List goes on. All right. And that's pretty much my full time thing was just coaching and giving back to kids, athletes. We did a bunch of fundraisers, stuff like that for the local community where we were at, and we moved up here, and I'm kind of on the line of that too. So there's some amazing wrestling schools and clubs up here that me and the wife have been helping out here. Been helping out with donations, fundraisers again, and school's about to start. We're already getting emails for school fundraisers. We're actively trying to find a good church as well. So these are just kind of things that we're internally trying to that we are helping out with and still actively looking for. And yeah, just keeping my head on a swivel for any opportunities, really. Um, but yeah, that's it, sir. Really, just sports and wrestling right now.
You mentioned the activity that you're in, which are synonymous with being a good citizen, but you're also investing in the future citizens of America. And that is so vital. It is one
Yes, sir.
thing to be a thing, but it's another when you create something that perpetuates for future generations to come. So we thank you for that. How can a person get in contact with you if they want to hear more about your experience with the award or your service? How would they go about to do that?
If for any reason you do reach out to me, your best bet is probably just going to be Facebook. Honestly, I really don't really have a lot of downtime. I come to wake up in the morning, PT, go to work, and then I'm running the kids around to wrestling and coaching. And then we're home dinner, and then it's like repeat. But yeah, just Facebook. You know more about my story. And again, I want to thank the Bob Feller Active Valor Foundation. Mr. Peter Furte is a amazing gentleman and human being. I also want to thank you again, sir, I absolutely love what you're doing. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time here. And yeah, I'd hope this podcast, this episode gets out, and then I hope it um, motivates other veterans to get on here to reach out to you to share their story and what they're doing, because I know there's probably 1,000 more veterans out there doing 10 times more than what I'm doing, that that I would love to hear about and other people love to hear about, and hopefully we can come together and help their cause out, and we just multiply the force pretty much, sir.
Yeah, it is said one team, one fight, and we actually lived that both in service and out. We never forget that. But thank you so much, Adam, for taking your time to be with me today on the show. And folks, for more information on the foundation, please visit us at our website, activevalorfoundation.org. And we are currently in our scholarship season. So there's information on the website also for the scholarship for these young men and women. And on behalf of the Bob Feller Active Valor Foundation, thank you all for joining us on this episode today.